Jayma Malmy here. I'm going to be putting together this card that I cut from Close to My Heart's new Cricut collection, but I wanted to show you how I altered it because this was originally designed to be an 8.5 by 11 layout. So it was just like this. Actually, I'll show you here. So this is how it looked like when I pulled it into Design Space. This is sized to be 8.5 by 11 layout. And so what I did, because I don't scrapbook 8.5 by 11, I altered it a couple of ways. First, I altered it to be a 12 by 12, and that's going to be a different video. And for this one, I altered it to be a 5 by 7 card. So I just added this background here at 7 by 10, so that when you fold it in half, it'll be 7 by 5. And then this Grateful for You frame, I sized to fit right inside, so there would be just a little bit of a border all the way around. I sized the flowers and all of the elements down. Now I'm going to be putting it together. I'll speed this up, and I hope you enjoy.
So I want to start out by saying that I actually recorded this video months ago when this collection was brand new, and I'm now just posting it. I got a little behind, but it is still an amazing Cricut collection, and I love how this card turned out, so I still wanted to share it with you. So this card began as an 8.5 by 11 layout, as I mentioned, and when I sized it down, I did have to skew it just a little bit because the proportions for 8.5 by 11 are off a little bit from 5 by 7. But you can't tell because the cursive and the way that the writing is, it's just very slight and you would never know. So I layered up all of these layers of the flower, and then that top layer is a very intricate detailed cut, which I had no problem cutting on the Cricut. I used Close to My Heart's White Daisy cardstock, which tends to hold up very well in the Cricut. I love Close to My Heart's cardstock in the Cricut. I used the fine tip applicator on the liquid glass bottle to put a very thin layer or a thin line of adhesive around it. I have varied how I adhere the detailed cuts from the Cricut collections, and sometimes I do this method, sometimes I do tiny dots of the Tombow liquid glue. Just use whatever works for you. And then I did the same thing with this silver overlay. I used the liquid glass to adhere it. But first I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card. Now, I don't normally actually decorate the inside of my card very often, but in this case I wanted to because this is going to be a birthday card. And since the sentiment on the front doesn't say happy birthday, it says grateful for you, which definitely this recipient I am grateful for, but I did want to put a birthday message on the inside as well. So I pulled out the sticker sheet because I want to add maybe a little sticker, and I pulled out this happy birthday beautiful script sentiment, which is from the Sentiments by Melissa Esplin stamp set, which has some beautiful sentiments on it. She's an amazing calligrapher that Close to My Heart has partnered with. And I got a little smudge on there when I stamped, so that is where I am placing the stickers to cover up that smudge. There's always an opportunity for embellishment when you are stamping. So once I did that, I added a couple of sequins as well, and I did it after I finished the outside of the card first though, so that it wouldn't add any bulk as I stamped and finished the outside. So I finished adhering, and this photo mat is really easy to adhere. That sort of open scallop layers on top of another full layered mat, which you could also use on your own. And then this white piece is just kind of a placeholder for the photo. And what I'll probably do is cut the photo so that I have a little white border around it when I put it on. So I'm going to place that photo mat where it's going to go. This photo mat would be great for your scrapbooking as well. Just, isolate that one image, and you don't have to use it with the Grateful for You or even the flower or anything else. Just add that cute little photo mat to your projects, and that would be perfect. And I'm going to show a layout coming up soon, how I turned this same project image into a 12 by 12 layout, which I also used that photo mat on. So here I am going to add that thin layer of liquid glass around the glitter paper. And this glitter paper is not quite as intricate as that flower. It's a little bit thicker border going all the way around, so it's a little bit easier to add the glue on there. But I just want to get it good and covered around all those spots so that they stay down well. One of the nice things about liquid glass is that it does dry very quickly, but there's still that tiny bit of wiggle room that a liquid adhesive gives you. So I'm going to hold that down for just a second, make sure everything is down flat. And then I'm going to go to adhere that flower down, and I'm using the liquid glass, but then I realize, I don't want to put that down because I don't want to block where I need to add a photo. So instead, I put a little piece of cardstock over where the photo will go and trimmed around it to get rid of that stickiness. And then I added some 3D foam, which I end up liking that better. I like having that dimension added to this card anyway. And so I'll then stick that down, and then I can easily slip my photo in there as well. I really like this idea of adding a photo to a birthday card because it makes it just that much more personalized for the recipient, because you can put a picture of you and the recipient, or your family with the recipient, or whatever photo represents the recipient, and I think that would be really cool to receive. I'm adding some shimmer brush to the flower, and this also helps to cover up if any of that liquid glass oozes out, and because it is a glassy, shiny finish, the shimmer brush helps to hide that glassy finish because it's glassy and sparkly as well. I finished the card off with some sequins, which, as I mentioned, I also added to the inside. And the way I adhered them down is with micro glue dots, really, really teeny tiny glue dots, which hold them down super well. It's super easy. This is my favorite way to adhere sequins. So here's a look at the finished card and how nice the inside looks. If this Complete Creativity collection is something you think you might like, I have linked it below. You can use my Cricut affiliate link. Here are some images from Design Space so you can see what all of the projects looked like. There are 12 by 12 layouts in other various sizes, some single pages, double pages, cards. And you can use any of the images, like just the pumpkin from the Halloween layout or the tree from the Christmas layout, and isolate the images to use for any other project you might have. And I will continue making videos showing you inspiration doing just that. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you've not already, then I'd love if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos, and hit that notification bell to be sure you get a notification when I post something new. Have a great day.